Hi guys, I'm Dena and welcome to my channel. Today I will be walking you guys through every single corner of my room. There are a few reasons why I decided to do this. First of all, it's because I decided to do a huge, gigantic makeover for this room, and I've also been desperately needing to do like a huge memory dump, you know, just to conceal all the memories and wrap it up with a bow. A lot has happened during the past few months, and I really need to move on. You know, it's been hard. I haven't shared that much here. I promise if I'm ready, I'll let you guys know. I might never ever be ready. I believe that doing this huge makeover will help me in the process of having a new beginning. And the reason I wanted to document this as well is because I am nostalgic as heck. I have problems letting go of the past. I keep every single thing anyone has ever sent me. You guys all know, before people do like huge makeovers, you gotta go through decluttering. You gotta say goodbye to a certain amount of things. And to be honest, I'm not ready, but a part of me is also so ready. Like, I am so ready to start a new life, embrace a new beginning. But the other part of me that's super nostalgic is like, So that's why I'm filming this. Just in case the old Dena in the future are gonna be like, I wonder what my old room looks like. I'll have this video to go back to. Okay, so let's do this. I'm still here. Okay, so this is the door, and actually me and my sister used to share this room. But ever since she moved out, I took over. Normally the first thing people notice in my room is this wall of post-it notes. You know, a lot have fallen down already, but you guys would probably recognize this wall if you have followed me since 2014 Mirror's cover. Let me know if you know what video I'm talking about, so I know you're one of those who started following me since the very beginning. I appreciate that. So just in case you guys want to know, I mean, of course you guys want to know what are written on these post-it notes. These are actually filled with vocabularies and phrases. Yeah, and these were up since I was in high school. I was studying for the college entrance exam. So there are some vocabularies up here and some phrases up here. And some of these words are actually, all of these words are really useful and practical. Fertilize is very random. Primitive, ritual. For those of you guys who are in middle school or in high school and you're going over all of these words, please memorize them. You will use it a lot in the future. See, reinforce, conduct, context, interfere, coherent, domestic, leisurely. I remember there were like a large amount of vocabularies that I really needed to learn. It's easier for me to memorize things when I see them very often. So that's why all these vocabularies are on this wardrobe door next to my actual door. So every time when I went out of this door, I'd be able to, you know, look at it. And I'm a living proof that this method works because I know every single vocabulary up here. Okay, let's move on to the next wardrobe door. Wait, let me do this. This is my bridesmaid's dress. One of my childhood best friends getting married. Okay, where should I put this? You know what? I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, that's a bad idea. Where was I? Okay, let me walk you guys through every single thing on this door. So first, this is Hilary Duff. I was obsessed with her. She's actually one of the first few celebrities that I looked up to. I was obsessed with Lizzie McGuire. This is a bulletin board. This is a postcard from my dear friend Sandy. This is me and my sister at a friend's wedding. That's me and Pamela. Pamela's one of my childhood best friends. That's Sandy, by the way. Hi, Sandy. I think it was shot when I just got back from the States. This picture is from the Justin Timberlake Mirror's cover video. That's my small little birthday party. This is something very cute. This is me in high school performing with the microphone right in front of my face, and that's my classmate. I remember it was the day before I'm having meetings with 2 record labels because 2 of them wanted to sign me, and I was like, okay, Dena, you gotta go to bed early so you'll have a well-rested voice tomorrow. Aw, I used to give myself a lot of pet talks. And then down here, we have more post-it notes. These are just sentences I copied down from books that I was reading. Sentences that I find very, very inspiring, and also some like random vocabularies here and there. And to be honest, it really, really inspired me a lot, especially in songwriting back then. It was no longer just creeping up, peeking over the horizon, but instead lingering in plain sight, leaving her behind in a cloud of memories and train smoke as he disappeared. Reading across the world, chasing a story that would never be theirs. Why is this so sad? It seemed like this day could go on in so many directions, like a spider web shooting out towards endless possibilities. I used to read a lot, guys. Ooh, there are more sentences copied over here. I remember there was one that's my favorite. Oh, this one. The sound of his voice cut through the noise, and a warm, tingling awareness brushed across her skin and tickled her stomach. Oh, that girl is in love. Hello, this is my desk, and this is where I spent the most time in my room. Yeah, and I actually just sit right next to this desk filming all of those videos. I don't even know how I should start this. I felt like I spent forever just walking you guys through the closet doors. And I have a feeling that this will take even longer. I'm gonna try and make this short, okay? Let's do this. So this bulletin board is filled with pictures. This is me in elementary. Oh, that's Jody. Jody's the one who's getting married. That's me in front of my sister's closet filming a video. Sorry it's like super bright. I'm gonna turn this off. And that's me with my best friends, Jennifer, Elena, and Pamela. Jennifer, that's my middle school friend, Annie. These are just some goals that I used to write down for myself. Dena, you gotta be able to balance academics and your music dream. Smoky eye makeup. Notes! Whoa. And this look Dena side over here is actually gifted from my high school classmate on graduation day. So the story behind that sign is I used to doze off a lot in class, especially in physics, but I thought I was smart about it because I would only allow myself to doze off when I already saw another person that's fallen asleep already. So I was like, okay, the teacher would probably notice that person first. Every time when I saw someone else fall asleep, I'd be like, okay, Dena, you're good. You can sleep too. But I would just remember every single time in physics, I would just get yelled by the teacher so quickly after I shut my eyes. And it always really bothered me and didn't make sense in my head. Why does that person over there get to sleep? And our physics teacher back then, he was borderline violent. He would just grab a newspaper in the classroom, rolled it up, and started like spanking me on the back, and it really hurt. So it turns out that every single time when it's physics and when my classmate noticed me dozing off, they would just hold this sign up in the air. Apparently that sign got passed along to the person that's sitting next to me. I don't consider myself being bullied because I know they secretly love me. Okay, so that's the story of the sign. This is my middle school graduation trip name freaking tag. This wall over here are just random Japanese vocabularies because I studied Japanese for a year. This is like a medicine note that I took while I was interning in the hospital. You have to always know what drugs are giving to your patients. Noting them all down is how I got myself prepared. Okay, in the section below the post-it notes, let's start here. This is a random piece of wood with my name on it, gifted from my parents, and a Polaroid camera from someone that's really special, and some Polaroid films. This section is just random bottles of vitamins, probiotics, dry shampoo, and some nail polishes. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned Orly, their top coat before. It's still my favorite. I kept on repurchasing it. The won't chip top coat. Oh, And this is an ant bait poison thing, and it was recommended by one of you guys on Instagram. I remember I was having like an ant crisis in my room. They just kept on coming. Like no matter how often I try to kill them, I just felt like there wasn't an end. Like something in my room has got to be reproducing ants. It just didn't make sense to me because I don't eat in my room. I just didn't know where they were coming from, and one of you guys on Instagram suggested me getting these through Shopee, and these are actually family reserved. You know, it's the big deal when it's family reserved, and it really solved the problem. So what it does is that it tricks those worker ants into thinking that it's something really delicious, and then they would bring them back to their home, which is the place that the queen is reproducing, and then we'll just share it to everyone in the home. And guess what? They die. And the bodies trailed all the way down to a dead light bulb in my room. Who would have guessed that they would make that into a home? But anyways, I threw away that light bulb, and that light bulb used to be a part of this lamp. Let me give you guys a random suggestion. If your light bulb died, please recycle them, because you never know what kind of animal will decide to stay there. This little 3-drawer box is from Target, actually. It's from Boston. This is Elsa. She's one of my roommates during my first semester in Berkeley. I really miss her. This is like a Marie Kondo book talking about how to declutter, tidying up in manga style or manga style. I don't know how you guys say it. I had this book way before Marie Kondo was famous. This is my 2019 schedule book, and this is my new to-do list notebook. I got this from Target. I love Target. This is where I normally sit down and write what I need to work on for the day or the next day. This is from my friend Sandy. There's random notebooks and random books. How to be happy, or at least less sad. I'm actually going to read that later. Fun fact, I majored in nursing. I have a bachelor degree in nursing, and this is just a diagnosis reference manual. And I remember every time when I interned, I would just bring this book with me so I know how I can help I would know how to help my patients and how to document my work. This is my diary. I have had this since 2004, and I got this in Australia. I remember, and I'm still writing in it. These are just some binders filled with contracts, Berkeley binders. These binders are filled with high school memories and high school essays. See, I told you guys I studied Japanese for a year. Okay, let's go down in this section. So this says, while you eat, you can start deleting your pictures in your phone because no one likes any kind of storage issue. Be careful, don't cross your legs because your right shoulder is slightly more stiffer than your left shoulder, and you don't want that imbalance thing going on. Every time when I notice this, I would not cross my legs, and I think my shoulders are even right now. Okay, random vocabularies. Again, I'm obviously very, very hardworking. This note to self also inspired me a lot. At times when I feel very, very uninspired, I would literally start asking myself, what can I give to the world? What do I have that's worth sharing? And it's always great to go back to this question to really help find my ground again. And I can't believe I want it to be lower than 40 kilograms. That is not healthy. This section is just cute looking pens, tapes. Okay, that's the nursing side of me. I remember when I was in college, I have to memorize all these like nervous systems. Okay, I just remember what they're called. They're the cranial nerves. So they're nerves coming out from your brain, and there are 12 nerves. And those nerves are very, very crucial to your body. We had to know what those nerves do and what are the symptoms if any of them is irritated or infected or damaged. Oh, these are all of my schedule books. Oh, this is my new label maker. I cannot wait to label the heck out of my life. This is a piece of wood that says, I'm not short, I'm a fun size. And I got this while I was visiting Cape Cod in Massachusetts with my mom. It was 2015 when I got into Berkeley and my mom visited. This is a box filled with stickers and notes. There's 2 buckets of pen highlighter from Target. So there are some YouTube stickers. This is from my college classmate. It's me being a student nurse. This is from my sister. She's actually a graphic designer and artist, and this is something she sent to me while she was studying in the States and I was still in Taiwan. And you know, she's honestly always tried her best to be there for me, and I really, really appreciate it. Look at that craft. I think she was 18 or 19. This is from my manager, Ariel. She's also really, really good at art. Her calligraphy is bomb. This is a name tag from a camp that I joined when I was in freshman year of college. I love camps. What's that? Oh, that's me and Pamela. I think we found a shrimp. Yep, it's a shrimp. I am currently at a crossroad of my life. I've been trying to release projects that I'm very, very proud of, but unfortunately sometimes it's just not as easy, and I still have a lot to learn. What makes all of this a reality is how many people I can reach through my projects. And so every single time I meet you guys on the streets, when you guys come say hi, when I received your letters or messages and everything, it just means so much to me. I know some days I might not feel like I'm feeling it. Most of the time when I see you guys, I'm very, very happy. Okay, so this is from my high school friend, April. She made all of this for my birthday. I think 16th birthday, 17. Okay, let's move on from the desk area, which was over here. Now it's the wall area. And my dad actually made these 4 hangers for me. This is my first ever guitar, the second guitar, and then that's the 3rd guitar that I own. And this is a Martin Baby, which is even smaller. This is actually the wall that I filmed in most of my videos. There used to be much more Taylor Swift posters over here, but I ripped them off for my music video, Don't Worry. Let me show you guys this area. So that's my sister, and let me show you guys what she wrote for me. I remember she wrote this to encourage me after a certain incident in life, and she encouraged me to look forward to the happy things in the future, keep on chasing after your dream, and she'll always be here for me. Although she's like kind of mean sometimes. She's the best. This is my little table filled with candles. This is my 100,000 subscriber YouTube medal. That's one of my roommates in Boston called Julia. I really miss her. This is my best friend Pamela. This is me visiting her in Irvine. And yeah, these are my favorite candles. So this candle was from Anthropology and it smells so nice. This is from the Yankee Candle. This is the warm cashmere. I love this. It just smells like fall, cozy. This is from Urban Outfitters. I mean, I love the scent, but it's not that strong. And the one that I'm currently burning right now is also a Yankee Candle, and it's pink sand. Oh, life hack. You know how sometimes you light up your candle and it just doesn't burn evenly? Instead, it tunnels down. You're in luck if you want to solve that problem. Wrap your candle with foil. What it does is that it traps the heat in the candle and it just helps the candle burn evenly, and it works. This is from my parents. They got it at Hualien. And these are some capo. Oh, this is from Netflix actually, and it's a phone holder. Okay, I'm just gonna squat down here. This is my music workstation. Ow! There's a lot of stuff in my room. Okay, these are, unlike regular speakers, these are called monitor speakers. It's for you to monitor clearly when you're trying to do arrangements through the computer. They're actually more clearer, so when you sit in the center, it's easy for you to find the balance in your track, for you to differentiate what's wrong, what's clashing together, what's muffled, and you'll kind of get that 3D sense of where you should put different sounds. These are my MIDI keyboard, and this is a regular monitor screen. I normally connect this to my MacBook, and this is the Duet interface. I think this area is donezo. A table filled with random makeup and accessories. That's me, 1 day old. That's me and my sister. These are my college friends, and this was shot at their birthday party. And these are my CD collection. There's no CD players anymore, but it's a part of my childhood. Does this angle work? I felt like I haven't gone through half of my room and I'm already tired. I gotta commit. Okay, let me just show you guys some of my favorite CDs. Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway. The CD's gone. And the next album I have is from BoA. Ooh, wait, what happened to the cover? This is the Lizzie McGuire movie soundtrack, and somehow I lost the cover. But you can see the back of it. This is from Avril Lavigne, and this is her first debut album called Let Go. It is still one of my favorites. Rain! Yes, I have gone through my Korean K-pop phase. Oh my goodness. I love this album, but I also lost the cover of it. What was I doing? This album is from a girl group called Play, and they were really famous back in the States in 2004. I remember they were like 13 or 14 years old, and this is their second album called Replay. Still listen to one of the songs from this album because it's still so good. It's called What Is Love. I'll link it down below. And then it's Britney. This is more like a single thing with the different remixes. Oh my god, it is falling apart. Another album without a cover, without the CD. It's from Britney Spears. Oops, I Did It Again album. Christina Aguilera with a CD that I don't think it belongs in it. This is her first album, and she's the one who sang the pop version of Reflection from Mulan. This one was released in 1999. This is making me feel like I'm so freaking old. The Black Eyed Peas. Where's the Love is just so good. Like, even the messages that they're trying to convey through that song still applies today. I'll link that song down below in the description box. Another CD without a cover, without the CD, and this is Avril Lavigne's second album. He wasn't what I wanted, what I thought. No, so much for my happy ending. Nobody's Home. I sang that a lot in high school. NSYNC. Our Justin Timberlake here, he is still active. That's like very impressive. And there's another BoA album. These are the Olsen twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley. I was also really, really obsessed with them. They were in television since they were babies, and they have been building their empires since then. They have their own movies, they have their own novels, they have their own clothing lines. They kind of shifted their focus to just fashion. They don't even go on social media anymore, but they're doing so well in the fashion game. They have their own high-end fashion line. Elizabeth and James is one of their lines. I have to be completely honest. They were not great singers, and their songs were just not that great. Forget about the rest of the CDs on this rack. We're just gonna move forward to this rack, which is my favorite rack. Hi everyone, so I decided to grab my chair and just sit here. Just like so tired right now. I don't know if you guys are interested in all of my CD collections, but if you guys are, please leave a comment down below. Do I still have blush on my cheeks? The first CD I see up here is actually the latest CD I got from my friend's band called Sugar Cat. I highly recommend them. They are a Taiwanese R&B band. They write all their own songs. They produce all of their own songs. 4 of them are very good looking. Taylor Swift's Lover album. her Reputation album, the 1989 album, and then I think it's Red, Speak Now, and then there's Fearless. Fearless is still my favorite album, and it is the album that got her famous worldwide. And then it's her debut album, Taylor Swift. I still love every single song on this album, and I still know how to sing every single song on this album. And it was released in 2006. And I remember around that timing, it was when I decided that I wanted to be a singer-songwriter, that I wanted to be just like her, and I just kept on practicing to her songs diligently. That's why a lot of her songs really mean a lot to me. Laura's album. Laura's a dear friend of mine now. I'm also very honored to call her as a friend. She's such a kind girl with a really passionate soul. This is also from my friend Xie Zhenti, singer-songwriter in Taiwan. I could tell that he's been through a lot, and I remember when I was at a really depressing stage of my life, he was there for me and he encouraged me a lot. So I also really appreciate his existence. He's also very talented in what he does. He's an amazing guitarist, a great songwriter, and his lyrics are so poetically beautiful. So if you guys like singer-songwriter styles, and if you guys want to venture out into the Chinese pop or Mandarin pop, check him out. I love JoJo. I was obsessed with her when I was little. That was her second album. This is her first album, and she debuted in 2004 when she was 14. And the genre of this debut album is R&B and soul. And she sang it so well. Like, normally if you're a tween, you can't sing R&B and soul because the technique you'll need to be able to sing R&B and soul well, it's really not that easy. And that's when I know that, okay, this girl is really talented. And all the songs up here still sounds great to me. Demi Lovato, Mari Digby. So Mari Digby is one of the first YouTube singers that got signed to a major record label, and this was the Hollywood Records. So she's like the OG of YouTube musicians. Mariah Carey, of course. Ooh, this is the We Belong Together album. In love with Paramore back when I was in middle school. Two of my classmates actually introduced them to me. They were into heavy metals, and I was like, no, can you recommend me something in between? I'm a pop girl. So my classmate was like, okay, how about Paramore? Because back then, Haley kind of screamed half of the song and sang half of the song. So I was like, okay, this is like the sweet balance. Like, I can just handle that much screaming. Gabrielle Aplin. Okay, Gabrielle Aplin is a British singer-songwriter. That's her signature over there. When she visited Taiwan for promoting her album, I had a chance to interview her. And I remember I was still in college. Oh my goodness, Ali and AJ. Ali and AJ is like a sister duo from Disney Channel. They were actually really talented. Like, both of them played the guitar. They wrote their own songs. Oh my goodness, Catherine McPhee. Catherine McPhee is one of the contestants at American Idol. And I forgot if she won that thing or she was the runner-up. But I was just so impressed by her vocals. And I remember I really liked a singer-songwriter / producer that was working with her. She visited Berkeley once and I got to say hi to her. That was really cool. Jesse McCartney. Definitely the first ever official celebrity crush. I think this is his second album called Right Where You Want Me. Hilary Duff. Her fourth album called Dignity. I remember it wasn't that great. I really like this one. There's So Yesterday, Come Clean. Those are my two favorites. This might be her third album, and this is her second album. Ashlee Simpson. Pieces of Me was a hit. Fall Out Boy. Ooh, I have a Miley Cyrus album. This is her debut album called Breakout. 2 High School Musical soundtrack CDs. Guys, going over every corner of my room, I don't know if it's a good idea anymore. Okay, so that was the first half of my room. Now let's go to the second half of my room. 'Cause when you feel like you're running
trapped in your dreams.